This is a control panel to use with a Blackmagic ATEM vision production switcher and a video hub, also by Blackmagic. It has 20 source buttons on the front and it has 4 destination points. Now those destinations can be either an ATEM or a video hub. It's been tested on a variety of different Blackmagic devices. The A, B, C and D buttons can be used to select a video hub destination or an ATEM destination, which I'll talk about in a moment. So by selecting the A, B, C and D positions, it actually will let you change what the source buttons will select. As you can see here on a D bus, it's got input 1 selected. Then I can go to C. You've got input 18 selected. B, got input 3 selected. And A has got input 7 selected. In this current setup, I have the A button selected to be controlling a bus from the ATEM. Button B is controlling a bus from the video hub. Button C is a different bus from the ATEM. And D is a different bus for the video hub. If I hold down the buttons, individual buttons, it tells you on the display what it's controlling. So I'm holding down A, you can see what it's controlling. The B bus is a video hub, as I said, tells you what it's controlling. Same with C, that's set up to control an ATEM. And bus D is set up to control another output bus on the video hub. The names that are displayed on the LCD on the front of the unit are the actual names that are set within the ATEM or the video hub setup procedures. So subsequently, when you change the source, whatever source you're selecting, the name of the actual source that button is controlling is displayed as you change them along. So now I'm going to talk about switching modes. There are 3 types of modes that the panel can switch. You can do what I call a direct mode, where you can switch between individual sources, and as I said, you can see the source on the top row as it's been selected. And as I have button A selected as an output bus, that's actually an aux bus. So if I go and have a look at that bus, you can see as I switch the sources, the switches are selecting the sources required. And subsequently, if I change the sources on the software control panel, you can see them changing here. I also have another control panel sitting up here where I have the same aux bus selected, and as you can see me changing the buttons here, you can see they're changing down here. As another example, I have button C here selected as the preview row of the ATEM. So subsequently, as I change the sources here on the C bus, you can see they're changing the sources there as well. Now this is doing a direct switch, so subsequently whenever you push the button, it immediately selects the required source. If I hold down the output bus that I want to go to and press the T, you'll notice that the T illuminates. Now if I select the source it only displays on the second row, which is the next label, and subsequently when I press the T, it will then take it. So that's how you can do a pre-select and then take. So pre-select and take. So to exit the take mode, again you just hold your finger on the selected, the required destination, and then press the take again, and the take LED will turn off. And now we're in direct mode again. Now the other mode is called a toggle mode. Toggle mode is where you can hold your finger down to preview a source, and when you release the button, it will return to a pre-selected default source. So in this example, I'll say select camera 13 as the required default source, and then by holding down that button, which has been allocated to button 15, and then push the control knob, it's now made camera 13 the default source. So now if I go and select a different source, it'll show you the new source, and it's telling you that its next is going to be camera 13, and when I release the button, it returns back to the default source. So, and that can be seen over here. Taking my finger off it, then returns back. So you can use that for an example is to use it for when you're doing camera matching. You need to match a particular camera to a particular source. Now to turn off the default is all you do again is hold down the default source button, which is what it's gone back to, and then we just push the rotary button again. So this is an example of controlling a video hub. This is a 20 by 20 video hub, but you can control all the video hubs that I have, which is just about all of them. And you can see here, by selecting the source, this is in direct mode, they're changing up there on the video hub, and of course whatever I change on the video hub changes on the sources. And you can also do the same with the toggle mode and the take modes of the video hub. Apart from controlling the ATEM program and preview buses, you can also, as you've seen, control the aux buses. And this particular ATEM has 6 aux buses, so you can control all those sources. You can also use it to control super source boxes. There's 4 boxes there and it can control all 2 super sources if you have an HM with those. You can also control the the YART sources, keys and fills separately. And you can do the same with the upstream keys, all cut and fills, and then all the sources that are used in the transitions. And of course there's the downstream keys, both cut and fills can be controlled in that as well. So if you're interested in one of these, PM me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And look out for more videos that I will be going into one of configuration mode, which has about 12 or 13 different controls that you can access through the configuration.